Well, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Thank you. Well, welcome to What's Sexy. And I kind of titled it that way because I wanted to get your attention this morning. So a little bit about me. I'm an architect and interior designer in San Diego. I was a tenacious little kid and built models and mud pies and forts, and I ended up being an architect. It's kind of that. So I'm also a mom, a mentor, an educator, and a pretty good cook. So today we're going to discuss experiential design practices. I'm going to give you a few tools to captivate your guests. Storytelling is a key tool. I want you to stay on brand throughout the process of design. Creating intrigue and intimacy, which is what we want to talk about today, and how we're going to do that. And creating sexy and purposeful designs. So as we dive into the realm of architecture and design, exploring how they serve as purposeful tools to create and engage our guests, there's a significant buzz around the word experiential design. We now embrace the concept of experience wholeheartedly, striving to make our travel and dining encounters more mindful. Personally, I'm on a quest to infuse every day with gratitude. I seek out spaces that are intriguing, intimately engaging, sexy, and purposeful. But how do we navigate from point A to B and then C to D? So let's dive into the art of creating intimacy through design. I'm going to give you a few tools for your toolbox today. So hospitality design in the human experience, let's really just start at the beginning. So architecture with purpose considers individuals' needs from various angles, be location, sight, light, smells, textures, colors, comfort, non-comfort, among all those kind of sensory perceptions that we have. It's about shaping how humans interact with the space and with the relationship in that society as a whole. From overarching master plans to the tiniest little details, the human experience must maintain and be in the forefront of all architectural and design endeavors. Hospitality design and the human experience intersect at a crucial juncture where the physical environment meets the emotional needs and desires. It's not just about creating visually appealing spaces. It's about crafting environments that resonate deeply with the human spirit, fostering connection and enhancing a well-being. You've seen a lot about wellness in architecture and interior design. So at its core, hospitality design is rooted in the understanding that every individual is unique by their own preferences, habits, and sensitivities. By embracing a human-centric approach to design, we can create spaces that engage and create, ensuring that at every action, that the moment you enter the lobby or time you check out, tailor your designs to the individual preferences and desires. One key principle of hospitality design is creating spaces that feel warm, inviting, and comfortable, whether it's through the use of soft, inviting furnishings, or ambient lighting, or tactile materials. We want to invite touch and interaction. We want to create environments that feel like you've been immersed and have a positive and memorable experience on your guests. I mean, everything in this room just tells that story, right? But hospitality design is more than just creating accommodations. It's about fostering emotional connections and creating moments of delight and surprise, whether it's a personalized welcome message or a complimentary beverage or an upgrade to a suite. It's these little tangible gestures that make us feel more positive about our experience in our hotels and our restaurants. Another key principle for engaging in hospitality design is creating spaces that are intuitive and easy to navigate. It's about using clear signage and well-designed floor plans or intuitive wayfinding that helps you feel more comfortable and at ease and allowing you to focus on enjoying your experience and not worrying about getting lost. So no lost customers, it's a motto, right? But perhaps the most important aspect of hospitality design is creating spaces that foster a sense of community. That whether it's through the design of a communal gathering space or where guests can socialize and interact, or the use of art and decor that reflects a local culture or heritage, creating environments that foster a sense of belonging is essential to creating a truly hospitable experience for your guest. Ultimately, hospitality design is about creating beautiful spaces and creating meaningful experiences that touch the soul and leave a lasting imprint on those who inhabit them. So let's understand what experiential design is about. And there's a lot of layers to that onion to peel back. So experiential design isn't just a buzzword, it's a concept gaining traction across multiple sectors of design, architecture, interior, and hospitality specifically. At its core, it leverages the power of storytelling to create something that's immersive, that might be 3D level, transformative. Technology and digital screens and virtual reality all serve as tools for this. Experiential design isn't just a trend, it's a transformative approach. It revolutionizes how we conceive or create or interact in a space. At its essence, experiential design transcends those traditional boundaries from form and function and aim at immersing you in a multi-sensory experience that leaves you somewhat profound and has a lasting impact. So what exactly experiential design is? Picture this. You step into the hotel lobby and instead of a bland reception desk, you actually are engaged in full-on digital experiences. And as you go through your journey to get to your room, you're going to walk through spaces that bring about the sense and the sights and the visuals and the light that says you're on your journey now. At its core, you're creating environments to engage and inspire. Those lines between the physical and the digital, the real and the imagination. It's about harnessing the power of emerging technology, such as augmented reality, as I said, and craft those immersive experiences that captivate your users. But experiential design isn't all flashy gadgets and gimmicks. It's about leveraging those tools to tell a compelling story. You want to evoke a powerful emotion. You want to forge some meaningful connection, whether it's a retail store that transports you to Italy or a beautiful museum exhibit, or even a restaurant that's tantalizing your taste buds with something tasty. And the impact of experiential design extends far beyond just aesthetics. It's a powerful tool for driving engagement, fostering brand loyalty. By creating memorable moments that resonate with the user on a personal level, experiential design has the ability to forge deep and lasting connections between you and your customer, your brand and your customer, right? Perhaps more excitingly is that it has the potential for innovation and creativity from the design community. It's like limited opportunities for creation, which is kind of exciting on our end. Technology continues to evolve and new platforms emerge, but the possibilities for experiences is truly endless. From interactive installations and projection mapping to sensory environments and gamified experiences, all of it opens up the world of opportunity for designers and artists and creators to collaborate, to push a boundary and make something possible. Experiential design represents a bold new frontier in the world of design as it challenges us to think beyond the confines of traditional architecture and embrace a more holistic approach to how we interact with our guests. Continue to push those boundaries and of creativity and innovation and imagination, and let's kind of unlock the full potential of experiential design to shape a future of our built environment and also to align it with our hospitality values. Elements of the experiential design aligns closely with hospitality values because we are emphasizing engagement and impact. Engaging experiences are functional to both experiential design and the success of the hospitality brand. Meanwhile, impact is all about leaving that lasting impression that generates priceless word-of-mouth marketing, a dream scenario for any marketing team. Aligning with hospitality values and design is about creating spaces that have a priority of comfort, well-being, and satisfaction of the guests above all else. It goes beyond mere functionality and aesthetics and creates environments that foster genuine connections and meaningful interactions and an unforgettable memory. At its core, aligning with hospitality values means putting the needs and desires of the guest at the forefront of the process. Whether a hotel guest is seeking a restful night's sleep or a restaurant patron is looking for a memorable dining experience, or a spa person is looking to have some kind of relaxation, it's our job as designers to anticipate and exceed those expectations. One way to align with hospitality values is through the use of empathetic design principles. So this is another peeling back the layers of experiential design. There's many ways to approach it. By putting ourselves in the shoes of our guests, we understand their wants, their needs, their preferences. We create spaces that are intimate and comfortable and inviting. Whether it's continuing to use intuitive wayfinding systems or selecting materials and finishes that are sensitive to that user base, empathetic design allows us to create spaces that are truly catering to the need of the guest. Perhaps the most important aspect of aligning values is creating spaces that foster a sense of welcome and belonging. Through the use of color and materials, you invite relaxation or conversation or spaces that engage social interaction. You, the guest, are the most important player in that game. It's essential to creating truly hospitable experiences. So ultimately, aligning with hospitality values is about creating meaningful experiences that touch the soul, leave a lasting imprint on the lives of those who inhabit, push those boundaries of creativity, and be inspired to create innovation, one that delights and engages. So crafting the engaging experience. So every experience is unique, perceived through the lens of our biology, by tapping into your 5 senses of smell, touch, taste, sight, and audio. We can create experiences that resonate deeply and leave a tangible impression. While architects and designers traditionally do use these sensory methods, modern tools like video installation, interactive features, and even a holographic display elevate the design to a new height. So crafting engaging experiences is about creating environments that captivate the imagination and stimulate the senses, leaving a lasting impression on memories. Memories are extremely important. This goes beyond just a functional and aesthetic ideal. It's about creating a space that tells a story, evokes emotion, and creates some intimacy with you, between you and your customer. At its core, crafting engaging experiences involves understanding the needs, desires, and aspirations of your audience. People who will be ultimately inhabiting and interacting with the space we create. Whether it's a hotel guest seeking a memorable stay or a foodie looking for something to eat. As society enters a new era, as we all have been transforming this last decade and the decade to come, society entered this new era, there's a growing desire for authentic experiences. We want to offer an escape from the mundane. We want to draw in stimulation or connection. An authentic psychology and experiential design serves as an essential tool for forging a relationship between your brand and your customer. It's about embracing the present and envisioning the future. It's about blending modern amenities and the conveniences of maybe timeless charm and character of a space or whatever your narrative is. So we're going to move into now creating the narratives. Another way to embrace authentic experiences meaningful is like local context and history. Tell the story through the design, patterns, textures, colors, memorabilia. Think about walking into a New Orleans jazz house, smelling the bourbon, hearing the jazz in the distance, blinking your eyes. Find a comfy, cushy velvet couch and order up some crawdaddies. You have now delivered a story to remember. So this is in the power of storytelling. The customer's journey begins the moment they step through your door. You're shaping a perception immediately. By invoking their senses, you can create an intimate connection that fosters some loyalty and strengthens your brand identity. Storytelling is the heartbeat of the human connection. It's how we make sense of the world around us, share our experiences, and forge those bonds with one another generationally. In design, storytelling becomes the thread that weaves together all the elements of the space, transforming it merely from a brick and mortar to a living narrative. Design storytelling involves instilling a space with memory and purpose and emotion. It's about creating a narrative that unfolds organically as the guests move through your hotel or restaurant. In design, storytelling becomes a thread, and then, last one. By guiding the guests through a carefully choreographed sequence of space and experiences, we can create moments of surprise and delight, leaving them with a sense of wonder. In the end, design storytelling is about creating meaningful experiences that resonate with your guests on a deep and emotional level, but the story begins with a narrative. The narrative is like a framework. It's a roadmap. It reflects every aspect of the goals of your business. It's kind of the behind the scenes. It's the outline to the story. Each space that you are narrating has a specific vibe, and your goal is to leave a lasting impression. So in the beginning of crafting a design narrative, it's like weaving a tapestry of meaning and emotion and purpose. It unfolds with every detail, every texture, every shade, every color, every light. It's about creating a cohesive journey and path. It's about ensuring that every element works together harmoniously. It's really your spreadsheet to success. At its core, as I say, it's a framework, it's a roadmap. It articulates the overarching concept, the theme, and the ideas that inform the design process. The narrative, the design process, the storytelling is all part of the design process. It's a story that speaks to the essence of the space, capturing its unique personality, its character, its soul, its demographic, its financial success. The narrative is your behind-the-scenes document. So how do we go about crafting a design narrative that captivates the imagination? It begins with understanding the context or the non-context, the history, culture of an environment, whether it be fictional or non-fictional. Some of our very best designs are things that have a storyline that's made up complete BS. And it works. Imagine this space as you're walking through it. What is the design narrative for this? There's a purpose for it. By we immerse ourselves in the rich tapestry of our story, we can uncover or create the story waiting to be told, the hidden treasure, the whisper, the secrets. And we use this also through colors and textures and materials in creating the visual narrative. So not only do you have an outline, but you're going to have a color palette, a theme, a vibe, an ideation that goes in that master narrative. So every element of the space, from the furniture, the artwork, the lighting, all contribute to the overall story, enhancing the mood and atmosphere and immersing a guest in possibly wonder and possibility. Perhaps another important aspect of crafting a design narrative is authenticity. Guests sense when a space has been crafted with care and attention. It's every detail that is thoroughly considered. By staying true to your value and your vision, and when faced with even the pressures of maybe trend or convention, we can create spaces that feel genuine and authentic. This fosters a sense of trust in you and your brand. So in the end, creating a narrative is more than just a roadmap. It leads us to designing for emotional connection. As architects and designers, we have the privilege of making a difference in people's lives. By infusing spaces with emotional resonance, we can touch our guests on a profound level, whether through bold gestures or subtle nuances. Emotional connection in design is the art of crafting a space that resonates deeply with our own human experience, evoking feelings of comfort or joy or nostalgia, or maybe not. Remember, fiction, nonfiction, context, non-context. It really depends on your narrative. So at its core, emotional connection in design is rooted in empathy. The ability to understand and empathize with the needs and desires and aspirations of others. By putting ourselves, again, in their shoes, we can design spaces that not only meet them in their practical requirements, but also speak to their deepest emotional yearnings. Emotional connection in design is about engaging all of your senses, again, back to the 5 senses. The sounds of birds chirping, the scent of fresh coffee, the warm light coming through the window, reading a book, all of that. These are the details that elevate a space from ordinary to extraordinary, creating moments that delight and wonder and linger. And it's in the memory, long after the experience has ended, that you're wanting to capture. Ultimately, emotional connection in design is about creating memories. So how do you create lasting memories? The ones that keep your guests coming back and back. By orchestrating a guest journey. This is back to the narrative. The guest journey is that roadmap. How are they perceiving? How are they walking? How are they feeling? Where are they being directed? Rather than overwhelming them, you should aim to curate an experience like a careful soundtrack, right? Some high notes, low notes, they all leave a lasting impact. And creating those lasting memories is the heartbeat of our profession. As architects and designers, we're entrusted with the responsibility of shaping experiences that linger in the minds and hearts of our guests. It's about crafting a moment that transcends the ordinary, those moments that become cherished memories woven into the fabric of the experience. So think about it. When was the last time you walked into a nice cozy nook and lost yourself in a conversation? That's a memory. So how do we go about creating these indelible memories? It begins again with the understanding of the intricate dance between design and emotion. Each element of a space, from the furnishings to the lighting, has the power to evoke a specific mood or feeling. By carefully curating these elements, we can orchestrate our experiences that resonate with us personally. But creating lasting memories goes beyond aesthetics. It's about fostering genuine connection. It's about anticipating their needs, delighting their senses, and leaving them with a sense of wonder and awe. I'm going to come back to this again, of the art of storytelling. What would the story be about this corridor? What is the mood? What is the vibe? Where are we going? I think it's absolutely lovely. So every space has a story to tell, a narrative that unfolds the guest through the movements of its halls and rooms. By weaving a compelling narrative into the design, we can transport guests to another world, perhaps, immerse them in an experience that makes them feel extraordinary. And it's not to forget the power of surprise and delight. Sometimes the unexpected moments, the hidden nooks, the secrets, the whispers again, the secret garden, these all leave a deep and lasting impression. By infusing our designs with elements of surprise, we can spark joy. leaving them eager to return again, time again. But perhaps an important ingredient is the detail. Details matter. It's about staying true to your values and your vision and looking at every detail as a part of the narrative and the story and the experience. So let's strive not to just dazzle the eye, but let's touch the soul. Let's create moments that linger in memory long after the lights have dimmed and doors have closed. For in the end, it's about these moments, the moments of connection, wonder, and joy. It's creating lasting memories in a pinnacle of our work as designers and architects. It's about transcending the mere functionality of the space and filling it with a sense of magic and wonder. But how do we go through crafting experiences that leave an indelible mark on our hearts? First and foremost, creating lasting memories begins with understanding the essence of the human experience, which we've been discussing. We're not just designing a room. We're not just shaping a backdrop. We're creating meaningful moments, whether it's a family gathering, a romantic dinner, or a moment of quiet reflection. Upon all of these is the canvas that we're painting for our guests. And it's not just about aesthetics. It's creating moments of connection and emotion that resonate with our guests. It's about evoking feelings that transport them. Whether it's a breathtaking view or children at play. Each element of our design should serve to enhance the overall experience to leave them in a lasting impression. So creating lasting memories also requires a keen understanding of human psychology and behavior. By anticipating our guests' needs and desires, we can design spaces that not only meet their practical requirements, but also their desires for retreat or travel, exploration, adventure, creating a longing and a community. And our design should strive to address those fundamental human needs in a meaningful and impactful way. Ultimately, creating lasting memories is about creating meaningful experiences that touch the soul and leave a lasting imprint. So let's design sexy, because that's what y'all came here for. So to me, sexy is a design principle about tapping into the allure and the unexpected, the magnetic pull of what might be captivating, and the irresistible charm of the unconventional. It's about creating spaces that exude an undeniable sense of allure and intrigue, drawing a guest in and leaving them spellbound by just the sheer seductiveness of the environment. At its core, sexy design is about evoking a visceral response, a flutter of excitement, a quickening of the breath, a high pulse. It's about engaging the senses, all 5 of them again, or maybe at least 2 or 3, in some unexpected way, some stimulating both mind and body with the tantalizing blend of form, texture, and atmosphere. In practical terms, sexy design might manifest as a sleek or minimalist interior bathed in some sultry light, or sumptuous furnishings that beckon to the touch to be caressed. These are all sexy words, right? We're daring architectural elements that push the boundaries. Whether it's an intimate embrace, a cozy lounge, electrifying nightclub, or a building that sheerly envelops you. Ultimately, sexy design is about celebrating the power of attraction, the thrill of anticipation, the joy of discovery. It's about creating spaces that ignite the senses, awaken the spirit, and leave a guest longing for more. So let's embrace the allure of sexy design, and let's continue to push the boundaries of creativity. So for me, sexy is like a dance. It's a captivating interplay of intrigue, inspiration, engagement, delight, and perhaps even surprise. It's about treating guests with authentic care and leaving them eager for more. Thank you very much. We have time if anybody has any questions. Go ahead.
How do you tap into what guests want or how they want to change? It's such a subtle thing. Is it the polls?
I know it's a really boring thing, but surveys. And I would stay to maybe 1 or 2 or 3 questions and make them intriguing questions that they want to answer. Not the boring thing, but did the alarm clock work in your room? Does the shower have hot water? It is more about what do you want to experience? How do you feel about this? So post surveys, and there's a number of companies that do them for the hospitality industry. You could do it at check-in. You could do it while they're in their room with technology. You could do it through the television monitor system that you have. But then you have to maybe interview them. Maybe it could be a personal thing. Maybe you go and sit down with them at the bar and say, how's your day? And I'm the GM and I want to talk to you about your experience here. Maybe you need to get on a personal level. Would they feel more comfortable if they were just chatting as opposed to writing answers on a board somewhere? I don't know. Anybody else? Oh, y'all too quiet. Okay, well, I thank you very much. Enjoy your conference.
Ain't calling you a liar, but something's wrong.